In a similar vein to the best tech series you guys know and love on the channel, these are some amazing, useful and inexpensive gadgets on Amazon. With that being said, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. So the first one is the Matador Droplet. This is a tiny little plastic object, and essentially it's got a little clip on the top so you can attach it to a keychain or even the back of a rucksack. Now what it does is this little waterproof pouch contains inside of it a complete full-size waterproof bag. The bag is large enough to fit shoes, clothes, all sorts of items that could be wet, and essentially it prevents those wet items from ruining anything else that you may be carrying. Now to be honest, one of my concerns, because the outer casing is so tiny but the bag so large, was that once you've taken it out you won't be able to fit the bag back in. But surprisingly I was able to do it in under a minute, which really isn't that bad when you think about it. So then we've got the USB LED desktop fan, a fascinating little gadget. It plugs directly into your laptop or PC's USB port and can be powered alone through that. It's got a reassuringly firm adjustable neck, which means when you do change the angle of the product, it pretty much stays in place. And the real hook here, the real selling point, is that if you look at one of the blades, it's got a strip of LEDs, which when the fan starts spinning fast enough, turns into a clock face. You can reprogram to tell whatever time zone you want, and it works surprisingly well. In fact, it works quite a bit better than you're seeing on camera, simply because the camera is limited to 24 frames per second, but the human eye is not. The fan is definitely powerful enough to keep you cool, but at the same time, as a result of that, does make a little bit of noise in the process. Next up, we have a super inexpensive keyring headphone splitter. This is one of the most convenient forms of the headphone splitter I've seen, because headphone splitters naturally are exactly the kind of gadget people are misplacing. Having it on a keychain means that's never going to be a problem. And aside from that, it works exactly as you'd expect. You can now plug two earphones or headphones into the same media player and listen to the same thing at the same time. Next up we have a super nifty little kit. I've never heard of the company in my life, but that didn't change the fact that setup and use was extremely straightforward. You have this IR remote and you have these four little fobs. You can then attach the fobs to any set of items. They come with sticky tabs, they come with rings, you can put them on a keychain, all sorts of different things. You could even attach them to your headphones if you wanted to. And the way it works is by pressing the color-coded button on the remote, it'll make the corresponding beeper start beeping. It works at about up to 30 meters and it's fairly audible, so essentially it stops you ever losing these items. Next up we have a power bank. And before you start moaning that you come to this channel to see something different, don't worry, because it does have a hidden trick up its sleeve. So this is a 2600 mAh battery, pretty small, pretty portable, with a nice aluminium casing. It does have a reasonably bright torch on top, but to be honest, if it was left at that, this would be a pretty unremarkable product. The cool thing really comes is if you swivel the head once more, it can actually become a hand warmer or a heater, which makes a lot of sense. Batteries naturally convert quite efficiently to heat, and to complement this, the company also bundles in this little sock, so when you wrap this around the battery bank, you've almost got a mini water bottle constantly with you wherever you go. Now we've got one you will definitely be interested in. This is called Whoosh. It is a spray that apparently cleanses, polishes, detoxifies, and even prevents fingerprints on your smartphone's display. So all you need to do is to give it a rub, remove the impurities, then give it a spray, and then rub it in again. Rub it in for a couple of minutes, just be really nice, and you will start to see that your phone literally glows. Now for a period of time after using this, it doesn't prevent fingerprints, but it significantly reduces them. If your phone or device also has a glass back, you'd be glad to know it works completely well on those as well. It essentially just adds a whole layer of shine and is a really nice way of giving it that sort of day one feeling again. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to do something a little bit different to the standard Best Tech episodes, and if you did, be sure to smash that like button and check out my other videos. I've got tons more like this. With that being said, I'm Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'm signing out.